Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News with Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Can you really overdose on marijuana? The simple answer is hell to the
No,
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 no.
no.
but
But
let's check this article
according to
out.
study, teen middle school student received medical attention Thursday after fire officials responded to a suspected overdose at a Van Nuys middle school in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Fire Department believed the students may have ingested edible cannabis. None of the students experienced severe medical issues. However, 7 were transported to local hospitals for treatment, the department said. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, there are no reports of teens or adults dying from marijuana overdose alone. However, experts say the notion that one cannot overdose on cannabis is simply not true. Some people who use marijuana can feel some very uncomfortable side effects, especially when using marijuana products with high THC levels, the National Institute of Health states on its cannabis fact sheet. People have reported symptoms such as anxiety and paranoia, and in rare cases, an extreme psychotic reaction that can lead them to seek treatment in their emergency room. Some of those are rare, but some of them, like you smoke some of that good, you might just be like, who is that coming down the block right there? You know what I'm saying? But all in all, it's nothing that's life threatening. So as far as like overdose, we hear overdose, it's like, you're out of here. But a simple overdose of marijuana, a nice little comfortable nap, and then whatever edible goodies that
Good
you have
munchies,
around this
yeah.
motherfucker is finna be gone.
Yep. That's a fact, though. Moving on. Top 10 health benefits of cannabis. Cannabis is full of CBD, a molecule that affects the brain and improves its function without causing a high, and THC, which has pain reducing effects. So we're going to run through 10 health benefits. Chronic pain relief is number one. Cannabis contains several chemical components, some of which are cannabinoids because of their chemical characteristics. Cannabinoids have been connected to delivering relief from chronic pain. As a result, its byproduct, like medicinal cannabis, are frequently utilized to treat chronic pain. Number two, lung capacity will improve. Apart from cigarettes, smoking cannabis like medicine does not turn your lungs. A study discovered that cannabis helps the lung expand their capacity rather than harming them. That's interesting. Three, cancer. Oral cannabinoids appear to be beneficial against chemotherapy, induced nausea and vomiting, and some small studies have suggested that smoking marijuana may also result in easing the symptoms, the source you can trust. Four, it helps with depression. Depression is quite common, and most people are unaware that they have it. Some components can assist in stabilizing mood, which can aid in elevating depression. Five, asthma. Cannabis helps people relax and maintain control over their emotions. I mean, autism. I said asthma. Why you didn't say that, Gus?
I was going to tell you later.
All right. Five, autism. Cannabis helps people relax and maintain control over their emotions. It can help youngsters with autism who have frequent violent mood swings control their behavior. I've seen that before too. Six, helps to control seizures. It has been demonstrated to aid in the control of seizures in studies. There is research going on to help to see how cannabis affects epilepsy people. Seven, Alzheimer's progresses slowly. Cognitive degeneration regulates and seed number of diseases, including Alzheimer's disease. Cognitive decline is almost unavoidable as we get older. The anti-inflammatory, yeah, I said it right. The anti-inflammatories in cannabis and cannabinoid contract the brain inflammation that causes Alzheimer's disease. I got through it. 8, deal with arthritis-related pain. Cannabis now widely available in lotions and balms for people living with arthritis. Both THC and CBD can help to cure those who are in instant pain. 9, helps with the treatment of PTSD. PTSD affects anyone who has gone through a traumatic event, not only veterans. As it becomes legal, researchers are looking into assisting those with PTSD. It aids in the regulation of the fight or flight response, stopping it from overreacting. 10, inflammation bowel disease, IBD, is treated with the medication. Cannabis can assist people who have Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. THC and cannabinoid have been known to improve immune response while also interacting with important cells for gut health. Wow. Cannabis helps in the filtration of germ and other toxic substances that induce gastrointestinal irritation. That's a lot of stuff. I got through it. Those are the 10
Positive things.
positive
Positive things.
health benefits of cannabis.
Yes, yes.
Woo!
California will soon have the nation's most expansive record clearing law. California lawmakers approved one of the most far reaching criminal justice reform measures in the nation this year, a bill that drew relatively little fanfare among a parade of high profile legislation. The new law makes California the first state that will automatically seal most criminal records for those who complete their sentences. Advocates push for the change because they said such records can prevent once incarcerated people from getting jobs, housing, schooling, and more. That's too true. Jeff Selbin, the director of the Policy Advocacy Clinic at the UC Berkeley School of Law, called the legislation the most expansive and comprehensive record clearing law of its kind in the country. The measure, the measure which builds on an earlier state law that takes effect in July and will automatically seal convictions and arrest records for most ex-offenders who are not convicted of another felony for 4 years after completing their sentences. Records of arrests that didn't lead to convictions will also be sealed. Now that right there is a big old plus because some people around they think it's like 7 years, then you go through such and such. But it's like now with this legislation, with this bill being passed, 4 years after you make a mistake is appearing to me as if like, all right, you get your second chance. So as far as like being held back from work, school, housing, and a whole lot of other things that we ain't gonna get into, it should be granted to us. And that's coming through California.
Yep, for sure. Recreational cannabis laws may be associated with increased alcohol use among U.S. adults. States that legalized recreational cannabis saw a slight population level uptick in alcohol consumption that was largely driven by young adults and men. According to a new research by the University of Pittsburgh School of Public Health and Policy Sciences, the increase in alcohol use recently reported in JAMA Health Forum suggests that states that legalize recreational cannabis should also consider targeting public health messaging around alcohol and other policy interventions aimed at mitigating problem drinking. Drake and his team obtained data on alcohol use by more than 4.2 million adults through a Center and Disease Control and Prevention annual behavior risk factor surveillance system surveys administered from 2010 through 2019, at which point 11 states had legalized recreational cannabis. The survey inquired about any alcohol use, binge drinking, and heavy drinking within the last month. And the researchers looked at differences in response before and after recreational cannabis use. Now, me personally, as a a weed smoker, it don't make me want to drink like liquor and shit though. It don't just like I be like, oh, I'm finna smoke. Oh, now shit, I want to drink now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't feel like that though. So I don't know too many smokers that's like that, like weed smokers that's
Yeah.
like that, unless they drink. You know, unless that's what they do, drink.
Me, it's like I'ma smoke my weed. You see me smoke about like 2 or 3 blunts, but I still had like the little same drink that I had a little while
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Fentanyl surge plainly visible on the streets of Los Angeles. In the filthy alley behind the Los Angeles donut shop, Ryan Smith convulsed in the grips of a fentanyl high, lurching from moments of a slumber to bout lurching from moments of slumber to bouts of violent shivering on a warm summer day. When Brandish Josie, another homeless addict, bent down and blew a puff of fentanyl smoke his way in an act of charity, Smith sat up and slowly opened his lips to inhale the vapor as if it was the cure to his problems. Smith, wearing a grimly yellow t-shirt that said good vibes only, reclined on his backpack and dozed the rest of the afternoon on the asphalt, unperturbed by the stench of rotting food and human waste that permitted the air. For too many people strung out on the drug, the sleep that follows a fentanyl hit is permanent. The highly addictive and potentially lethal drug has become a scourge across America and is taking a toll on the growing number of people living on the streets of Los Angeles.
Mm.
So pretty much what that is, it's like a lot of these drugs that we are like, and I say we as a whole, as people, because we all go through shit together. You know, some of these things that you are running to, it's like for some other people that's taking advantage of this shit, lacing this shit with this fentanyl, high dosages of this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
just to get a buck. You know, and it's like reading some of this stuff, find another alternative than like running toward a little drug or whatever it may be to get a temporarily relief of a problem.
Right.
You know, when there's like actually like treatment programs, family members, friends, whoever it may be, that just have a listening ear can be a cure to that shit. And you don't gotta be, you know what I'm saying, a story behind a fucking donut shop.
Yeah, and it's a cold situation though, man, because something that is that strong and is taking people out at such a high rate, like it's like, why would you want to use this shit? Keep on
Yeah,
smoking the shit you've been smoking, or you know what I mean, using this shit though.
yeah.
It ain't killing you. This shit is killing motherfuckers fast.
Man, so we gotta be aware of what we intake.
Yep,
That's the weekly news with Big J and Surfo Jr.
that's way.